Do schools send out uncommittable offers? If not, why does everyone think that? From Montclair, New Jersey. The answer is yes. Schools do, I guess, not send out uncommittable offers because that makes it tangible. An uncommittable offer or a non-committable offer, it's sort of like more fabled, but it's real in college football. And you got to get into the weeds of recruiting a little bit to even know what that means. But what it is given the current structure of college football recruiting, for those of you who don't really follow it, here's how it works. You get scared that you're either going to lose out on kids or someone got the jump on you on a kid. And so a lot of times, especially when they're sophomores or juniors, what some programs, not all of them, what some programs will do is they'll send a kid an offer, okay? They're banking on that kid not being ready to commit right that moment, because what that kid doesn't know sometimes is they've sent you a piece of paper, it says you got an offer, but really in their war room, they got a board up here, and your name is probably 8th on their defensive tackle recruiting depth chart. In other words, you don't really have the ability to commit to them today. How does that work? They sent you an offer. Well, it's called an uncommittable offer. This is a practice that's frowned upon by some. It is widely practiced by others. And there was a conversation that was had about this very issue at the Recruiting and Personnel Symposium that I took part in Nashville a couple of weeks ago. Some of the biggest names in college football were in town. And it was off the record, so I can share what I can share with you. But there was a lot of talk about this. There were some men and women who work in recruiting and personnel departments who said, we don't ever do this. There were some others who said, we do it, but we do it because we think we have to do it. If it were illegal or if everyone else stopped doing it, we'd stop doing it. Pivotal leadership stance there, by the way. So anyway, there were 2 proposals. And now that we've admitted this is going on, there were 2 proposals that I think if they were combined would rectify a lot of this. The first one is, I love the idea of shifting to the college Olympic model, which is where you cannot be visiting anyone or getting offers until September of your junior year in high school. I'll tell you why that's important in a second. And the other part is make an offer database. It's public. Everyone can see it. The kid can see it. Other coaches can see it. I would selfishly love for the media and public to be able to see it. But even if the latter parties can't, make it public, kind of like the transfer portal. Everybody in the football industry can see the transfer portal. And you're either in the portal or you're not in the portal, where I would love for offers to work the same way. I either have an offer or I don't have an offer, but here's the rule. Hypothetically, if that were to be the case, the rule would be if you extend me an offer, there is no uncommittable. There is none of that. If you're telling me I've got an offer, I can check that database, boom, there it is. It was loaded 20 minutes ago. I can accept it right now. So you're on the hook. If you offer me, you've got to be ready to accept my commitment. Now, where could that be a mess? Well, it could obviously be a mess because if I were to offer a bunch of receivers and all the receivers took the offer, that's not balancing my recruiting profile. So yes, I do understand there would have to be conditions for a certain maximum amount per position. There would have to be some checks and balances in there. I get that. But for broad strokes purposes, I would love to see that national database. It would slow everything down. Number one, if we're using the Olympic model, no one is even getting offers or going on official visits until their junior year starts. So there's no more offering freshmen and sophomores. No one wants to do that anyway. They just do it because they think they have to stay ahead of the curve. Slows it down that way. Coaching staffs aren't having to recruit 4 classes simultaneous. That helps them. And number 2, it greatly reduces the amount of overall early offers that go out because you're scared as a coaching staff that if I offer this kid early in his junior year, I don't have junior or senior tape on him. So unless I'm ultra sure that he's just a slam dunk, I better hold off on offering him. Everybody else will too. And so I think it would rectify a lot of these problems. I don't know how realistic it is to get that put in place, but I would love that. A lot of folks at that symposium, not all of them, but a lot of them did love that.